And here we go.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 11, A New View on Travel. My name is Sherry Coleman, and I am the manager at 𝒓𝒂𝒑 in Goderich, Ontario. We have Christine.
Hi, I'm Christine Turner from 𝒂𝒓𝒆.ca, and I am here in beautiful sunny, well, not here, but I'm from Vancouver, BC.
Hi, and I'm Tammy with Tropical Escapes, Destination Weddings and Travel Inc., located in Saskatchewan.
So we sit here again to talk about lots of stuff, what's going on, what's new, what we can, what we can't, and all the fun stuff in between. We get into in case you missed it, the Canadian border is open fully to travelers from the US as of August 9th. And as of September 7th, other countries will be allowed into Canada as well if you are double vaccinated. The Canadian border agents are voting for favor for strike action, which could potentially begin August 6th, which is conveniently right before they open the border. So that will be interesting. If you are coming across, you could expect some very long delays. Air Transat and Sunwing both have resumed operations as of today to more destinations within Canada, Europe, the South, and the United States. So that's good to see they're back up and running again. Finally, the UK is opening its fully vaccinated to the UE members and the US, but Canadians still cannot get in. i.e., like the US, you guys come on in, but we can't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Oh boy. There was a program that they put in place in Vancouver and Toronto that was going to separate how people came in off the airplanes. The vaccinated are going one way and the non-vaccinated were going another one. They scrapped that program one day after they started it. Obviously, they figured out quickly that wasn't going to fly.
Well, didn't they say that there was just so many people that were going into the fully vaccinated lines,
right,
that it became one line anyways? So maybe later on.
Yeah. It would make sense for them to do that though, because it just, it keeps people away from each other, and this line's going to go this way and this line's going to go, like, it's actually a smart thing to do. But if they don't have the right people on the ground dictating where people are supposed to go, that could likely have been a 24-hour shutdown as quickly as it started. Trudeau and the federal government are still working on some sort of a vaccination passport. Likely not until 2022 will we see that, but possibly by the end of this year. And Quebec, a neat thing Quebec is doing, they're going ahead and giving a third vaccination dose to the people that were mixed with, say, AstraZeneca and Pfizer or Moderna or something like that, so that they can travel, because there's so much gray area on the whole double dose mixed vaccinations that's creating havoc everywhere. They're already going ahead and making a plan to get that third shot to them so that they can actually travel, which is, it's nice to see that they're quick to get that done. And I mean, things just keep flying in all the time. There's always news, and it's, again, changes as quickly as it comes in. So, but that's all I have for now. What about you, Tammy? What's going on out there?
Out in the destination world there, we've got a couple of new resorts that are opening up. The Breathless Cancun Sol opens this December, and it will be located at the top of the Cancun 7. So anyone that's familiar with the Cancun down in the hotel zone, you've got the top of the 7 and then coming down. So it's going to be located up at the top of the 7. It's going to be a high-rise property with spectacular sunrise and sunset views. We've got the Dreams Onyx and the Dreams Jade have now officially rebranded over to, it used to be now Onyx and now Jades have now rebranded over to Dreams properties now. So that's all been taken over. Nickelodeon Hotel in the Riviera Maya is going to officially open in 3 days. So that's going to be a nice new fun resort for the families that are all fans of SpongeBob SquarePants and green slime and all that good fun stuff. Irish is going to welcome vaccinated travelers, Canadian travelers. starting from July 19th. Antigua and Barbuda will be approving for mixed vaccinated visitors, and the land border. Nope, that's all I have. Sorry, that was a misprint. That's all I have.
All right, well, we lost Sherry. She'll be joining us back here in a second, I'm sure. So I guess I'll carry on with the cruising info. There hasn't been much in the last few weeks about cruising, and then bam, this week, it's just been crazy. There she is.
Hi.
So yeah, the CDC and Florida continue to battle back and forth about whether or not passengers need to be fully vaccinated or they don't, and you can ask for a passport or you can't. The fight's still happening. I'm not even going to say which way it is, because we'll finish this and half an hour later there'll be an announcement that now it's
The
gone
weekend,
this
it'll
way.
change
yeah,
again.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So if you are planning a cruise anytime soon, just keep your eyes on the prize, because anything could be changing on that one. And that's, going to be the same with any kind of travel.
Yeah.
Most cruise lines are not accepting passengers on board if they have a blend, as we spoke about earlier, as Sherry mentioned. If you've got a blend of AstraZeneca and one of the mRNA vaccines, either the Pfizer or Moderna, they're not allowing that. So this effectively eliminates millions of Canadians from getting on board a cruise ship for the time being. And that's for US port departures. The silver lining there is if you're departing from the Bahamas or St. Lucia or St. Martin, different requirements apply. Right. They are also very, very specific on the timing of when you received your doses. So basically it's between a 4 and 6 week window that you had to have gotten your vaccination. So day 42 is when you should have already received your second dose. If it's day 43 or 44, because that's the earliest you could get an appointment, you lose, you're out. So again, I don't mean to be doom and gloom about this, because this is what it is right now. And, everybody, it's just putting the real tough restrictions on. Give it a month or two, and I'm sure things will lighten up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff. Sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties there. Popping in and popping out like the Easter Bunny. So we wanted to talk to you guys today about emergency medical policies that include coverage for COVID versus the regular ones that you may have either through us with Manulife, or what, Tammy, you sell Manulife as well?
I do, yes.
Yeah, and Christine, are you on Manulife out there? Or? Yeah, so we're all on Manulife for what we sell to you. But your credit card also sometimes has some form of maybe health insurance on it, which is risky at best, but there's other providers out there that do sell it. But I think what I wanted to talk about today is making sure that you understand, if you just have a regular medical policy to travel anywhere in the world, it is not going to cover you for COVID. It will cover you if you had a heart attack, if you were in a car accident, if you broke your leg, if you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It will have nothing to do with COVID, nothing whatsoever. So now Manulife has come out with a COVID coverage medical plan as well, which would be at an additional cost, depending for a week, say around 33, 40, 40, 50 bucks, depending on your age. And of course, how long you're going for, but it will cover you for anything COVID related. But you have to remember, it will not cover you for anything, i.e. that you broke your leg, got in a car accident, lost a tooth, anything like that. So you almost have to have two now.
So it's one or the other. Sorry, I should say not one or the other, but one specifically covers COVID and the other policy specifically covers the regular emergency medical stuff.
That's right. Yeah. So you kind of need two if you want to make sure you're fully protected. I think if Manulife is listening right now, what a good idea would be that you maybe just put that all in one little package so that it's not an extra. Yeah. Put that and add it to the cost of your all-inclusive package, and then nobody has to worry about it. They're covered for everything. But that's my opinion. Wouldn't want to make anything easy, would we? So but make sure that if you're not buying insurance through us, make sure that you are very aware of what you're actually being covered for with whomever you have this protection with. It's very important to understand, because you might think that you are, but you're likely not. Or you might think I have coverage, but you only have this much, not what you actually need. So
Yeah, all insurance companies have changed all their policies
Oh,
over
yeah.
the last year. So
yeah,
what you thought you might have knew, best to look up your policies and
right.
get re-familiar with what you are covered for, just to be on the
Exactly.
safe side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing that is important to check for is whether or not there's a clause in there that says if the government has issued a level 3 travel advisory against going to whichever country you're going to right
Mhm.
now, and let's be honest with Canada, it's a level 3 advisory or a level 4 for
Mhm.
every other country out there, every other country. So if the clause in there states that if there's a level 3 travel advisory, the Canadian government advising against non-essential travel, then they will not cover you.
Right.
So you can buy the
Regardless, yeah.
policy, but it's
Yeah.
not going to give you
Yeah.
anything.
Well, and it's because it's a known fact now. So insurance
Yeah.
would never normally cover you anyway if it was a known fact. If it's for the unforeseen, right? So this is now what COVID is now a known fact. So it's kind of iffy to see what they will and won't cover anymore. So just ask a lot of questions and we'll find out for you. So we know that you're fully covered and for all the right stuff.
And please travel with a credit card with a good whacking available balance on it, so that if you do find that you bought insurance that isn't going to cover you, that you can at least get medical treatment.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We don't need to be paying, well, not we, but we don't want to pay, nobody wants to pay those big bills, especially from the US.
Yeah.
So, we could have a little discussion on what you think are best source for current arrival protocols and what things are like in destination. Have you guys had anybody come back yet that has been able to tell you how things are going there, how easy it was, what they had to do? Because every country is different. So nobody.
I haven't had anyone travel internationally. I've had people travel within Canada.
Right.
I do have family around the world, in England and Africa. Shout out if you're watching. But what I will say, and interestingly enough, I have used them as a resource to verify against these various websites. There's so many of them out there that I've had clients send me, hey, Christine, I found this website. It's great. It tells you, you carry this passport, you're a citizen of this country, and you want to go to that country. What are the protocols? What's it going to be like? And I have yet to find one that is correct.
Right.
They are
people,
they are not up to date.
Yeah.
They cannot be trusted.
Yeah.
Yes, it's possibly a good guideline, but that's a bit like going up to a stoplight and not having any lights on and hoping that it's green.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a chance it's red, and South Africa is a good example that I've used, where I'm once or twice a week, I'm messaging my sister-in-law and saying, okay, they're saying that you can travel internationally or that people can come into the country. And, she's like, well, we're still on lockdown and there's a curfew. So I don't know. No.
Right.
Yeah. So that's not a good source, folks.
No, you just got to make sure that whatever foreign affairs from whatever country you're going into is likely going to have the current information.
Yeah.
Like even with our Canadian Foreign Affairs website, there's a travel advisory drop down for every country, and you can easily go in there and see what the requirements are for getting in and getting out. I mean, all of them pretty much say don't go anywhere still, but that's always a good read, a good look up to, whether you need a visa, whether I need a shot, whether I need a vaccination passport, that will all eventually be updated, I'm sure, at one point in time. And it's really the best information that you're going to get.
It is. And that's where I guide my clients to as well, because that's really the only place we have that we could be comfortable of providing to them.
Right.
With the most updated informations and restrictions and requirements.
Yeah, for sure. So,
and you know what, as much as we are saying that there's some great deals out there and there's lots going on for travel, for this fall, this winter, next spring, really now is not the time to be planning a trip to Afghanistan or Kyrgyzstan. You want to go simple. You want to hit the easy button if you really feel you need to travel.
Yeah.
Pick a place where the requirements are going to be pretty obviously known and communicated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree.
What do you think that's gonna, like, what do you guys expect for travel this fall? Like, I mean, things are changing. Like, I've had more schedule changes in the last week that I don't even know what to do with. Like, they're fast and furious. They're either canceling flights or rerouting a direct nonstop flight through some other country and trying to get a hold of these companies like Air Canada or like any of our tour operators. Like, you're on hold for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours at a time, just trying to deal with all these changes. So do you think you'll start to see things evolve and get better by fall, or do you think we're just...
I do. I
do
think
too.
so. I mean, Air Canada announced a bunch of new flights that they're adding as of November. So I think November, that sounds like sort of their timing for when things are operationally going to step up. And I mean, we're talking like daily flights to Cancun from Vancouver and stuff like that. So I think the direct nonstops are a bit of a pipe dream right now.
They seem to be causing quite an issue.
Well, and you know what, that's the thing, like, you really need to be prepared for change. I've got a trip, as I told you guys, for September to Cancun, Mayan Riviera. And at this point in time, I am fully prepared for things to go sideways and it to not happen. I'll be upset if it does, but this, you just have to expect that. Having said that, our direct nonstop flights are now, the outbound is a red eye via Toronto, and the return flight is a same day connection via Calgary, but it's the day after we were supposed to be coming home. So now I got to shift all the hotel stays and
So that happened a couple times too. It's not fun. So I mean, I was talking to somebody on the phone this morning and they wanted to go the 10th to the 15th of September, boom. And of course it was with Swoop, and I'm like, okay, but you need to be prepared to know that you could leave a day earlier or a day later, because they've done that 100 times since they've started flying again. So if you're not prepared, or you can't ask your boss and say, hey, I want to go here, but can I be a little bit lenient by a day or two? Because once you book it, you're not gonna get your money back. So
and that's the whole thing too. If you've got a hotel, like, you're staying in a hotel the night that you're going to fly out, you have to make sure that that's got a really good cancellation policy. All the components need to have really good cancellation.
For sure. It's I hope that things start to settle down here. I guess that's all we can hope for. We have a lot more excitement. It's things are definitely more positive than we started the show, for sure. But now it's just being able to accept the changes that are going to be thrown at us, and have the clients be prepared to expect these changes as well. And it's absolutely out of our control. So do not kill the messenger. We will help you fix it, but don't kill us for giving you the bad news.
That's right.
Oh gosh. Well, I hope that maybe they'll put your direct nonstop flight back in.
Maybe. I mean, that's always possible. And, I did want to add something, we don't need to get into numbers and stuff like that, but, everybody's like, oh, 5th, 18th wave, whatever, the Delta variant, it's coming. You know what was interesting is the UK was hit really, really hard with the Delta variant. And I went on Worldometers this morning and looked at the numbers, and on the weekly trend, week over week, they're down like 38% in positive cases.
Good.
So as much as one day things look terrible, the next day things look better.
Right.
So like, everybody just keep positive thoughts happening.
That's right. Yeah.
We'll will it to be better.
Did you just go back into having to wear masks again after they'd lifted that, Christine?
No, regionally, yes. So
Okay.
Kelowna is a hotbed of COVID right now. And also, look, there's been thousands of people who have been evacuated and displaced because of the forest fire situation. I mean,
Right.
on average, we've got 300 active forest fires burning.
Yeah.
And, you know, you've got, like, I get it. You live in a remote community, you know, 5 people who live near you. You're only going to see those 5 people for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
And you either, maybe you've all had COVID. So you're thinking, well, do I really need to go out and get the vaccine? Maybe you haven't been in a rush for that.
Right.
But now all of a sudden there's a forest fire, you're evacuated, and now you're shipped off to Kamloops, Prince George, Kelowna, wherever it is.
Yeah.
And you're housing with other many other people.
Yeah.
Well, look.
Yeah.
1 + 1 = 2.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, the mask mandate has gone back in certain areas, but fingers crossed again, the rest of the province is
You're still okay there. Good.
You know, and the mask thing I can handle. That
Yeah.
doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
It's just no more lockdown.
Right.
Please, no more
Yeah.
lockdown.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how many, like, how far are you going to extend this to? Like, how many, there's going to be another wave. There's going to be another variant. Like, we'll get to 21 before the flu season even comes back around again. It's yeah.
It is what it is. Yep.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
You're
but you know what?
right.
As every day goes by, there's more and more people who are vaccinated.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you know, what is it? Fauci said last week that out of the last few months, something like in the high 90s, I forget the exact numbers, but 90% of the people who were getting positive tests for COVID were people who were unvaccinated.
Right.
The
So
stats are speaking.
Yeah, the UK
They
said
are.
that too. With the Delta variant, they said that it was attacking the elderly, the unvaccinated, and children who are also unvaccinated.
Yeah.
And if you had an underlying health condition. So it makes sense that 30% of people that aren't vaccinated, that's why you see a rise of 30% in all these places so quickly, is because they're not vaccinated.
Yep.
I read something funny on Facebook today, and this is maybe offside. I just thought it was hilarious. It said, what did it say? I survived polio and tuberculosis and this and this and this and this and this and this, and it went on. And basically it was just a joke to say, we've had all these shots and we're still around, and we don't have polio and we don't have tuberculosis and we don't have et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, it was a quick giggle for me. I thought it was really funny. I had to like it, and I don't usually like anything on Facebook. But we have some national days. I think yesterday would have been a good one that I didn't know about. Tammy,
I know. Yeah,
how
I
did I
forgot.
not know that? I totally would have been all over it.
Are we? Okay. So we have, over the last week, and I pulled that just because I wanted to have this today. It was July 19th, Daiquiri Day.
Nice.
So
cheers to your daiquiri.
cheers to my, and I made a big blender of it just so.
Oh, you've got some backup for after the show.
Like 30 degrees here today, so it's going to be a daiquiri deck day.
Enjoy.
Anyhow, the 24th was Tequila Day. The 25th, Wine and Cheese Day. Totally missed that one. The 26th was Coffee Milkshake Day, National Coffee Milkshake Day. The 27th, Scotch Day. The 29th, International Chicken Wing Day.
I know.
Oh man, we totally missed that one. And then coming up here next week, we've got Watermelon and White Wine Day.
That's what I'm drinking right now.
Is it? Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm mixing watermelon flavored soda with white wine to have a spritzer. So cheers.
Oh, okay. Cheers. August 5th is IPA Beer Day. I'm sorry, but I do not know what IPA is.
India Pale Ale.
Oh, okay. Is that like a
pale ale?
Oh, okay.
Like there's
All right.
lagers, there's pale ales, there's
Okay. I'm not a big beer drinker, so okay.
Yeah, I can't
go to all the
with that
beer
one either.
drinkers. And then we also have International Beer Day. Okay, well that's is that the same as the IPA day?
No, that's on the 6th.
Yeah.
That's on the 6th, and it's also Fresh Breath Day. So be
Oh,
sure
gotta
to
have
take a
fresh
Tic
breath.
Tac after you enjoy your international beer.
Beer
Exactly.
days.
Yeah.
And August 7th, which we all love, Sandcastle Day. So why not make your own sandcastle? You can order some sand from Amazon and away you go, seeing that you can't be at the tropical beach right now making your own sandcastle. So those are kind of the international drink days and fun facts days.
Awesome. Good stuff. Our next show, I believe, is August 13th. And this comes a week after what's supposed to be opening for the US and whatnot for people to come in. So it'll be interesting to see what the news reads as that process happens. So we'll keep you up to date on what's going on with that. And I'm sure it'll be very interesting to see how that flies out. But welcome back to...
Especially if the CBSA goes on strike.
Oh, I know. But I kind of, like, welcome back to the people in Michigan and all the bordering Michigan for us, back that they can finally go back to their cottages that they've been locked out of for a year. So it's nice to see
and
that
all the families that have been displaced.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So welcome back, Michigans.
Yeah.
And whatever's going on BC.
Welcome back, neighbors.
And everywhere else.
Washington State.
Yeah.
Whenever we see them on the highway, we say, come in and spend your money.
Yes. That will definitely help our tourism as well here.
Yeah.
So that's good. We'll keep you updated on what's going on and what's new and what's opening. And if you enjoyed the show, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Facebook channel, which is Tammy.
Facebook/group/A New View on Travel.
It makes me giggle every time. Thanks for spending time with us today. We hope you liked the show. We appreciate you watching again. It's been fun and we can't wait to do it with you soon as we show and talk about our new view on travel. Have a good weekend, guys. It's a long weekend.
Yay.
Oh,
happy long weekend.
Happy long weekend.
Look at us. Forgot.
I think we got to start now.
It's just another day around here. I completely forgot it's a long weekend.
Totally.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Enjoy. See ya.
Bye-bye.